welcome to my channel. My name is Maria, also known as Mindsetandmascara. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, then welcome back. Thank you for staying here with me. I did do, today we're going to do a kind of like a chatty get ready with me. I want to do a full face of trying new makeup, so some of these I was going to put in that video, but then, you know, I've got so much stuff coming in because I bought quite a bit of things. If you know me, I tend to buy a lot of makeup, and I've tried filming this video once before and it didn't work out, mainly because I started talking about, because I wanted to give you guys some updates about my life and what is going on, and it didn't work out because of the fact that I've had some stuff going on, and I started getting really emotional, and it wasn't really time to talk about that because everything was still kind of new to me. And so I decided today to go ahead and try and talk to you guys about this, give you a few updates about what's been going on, what plans I have for the future, and what's all kind of up in the air, so to speak. All right, I'm gonna try to make this not as emotional as the last one was. I am gonna tell you what I was gonna tell you in that video, but try not to get so emotional. And I'm sorry if this video is gonna be a downer. I know people come to YouTube to kind of get away with stuff or get away from things, but I really want to tell y'all what's going on and what's been happening. Why I had taken a long hiatus at the beginning of the year, and just kind of talk to you through these things. But first, I need my mirror. So let's kind of start out with the first really big thing that happened to me. I did gain weight, and I was trying to start losing the weight again, and something kind of happened to hinder that. I know a couple of you have been asking me how my weight loss was going, and that it looked like I had gained weight, and I've gained weight. I'm not going to put any excuses out there. I've gained weight. I went into a deep depression and just ate whatever the hell I wanted to, and I pretty much did the whole screw it thing, and started like really not to care. But it kind of got triggered, or not really triggered, but y'all don't know, I am an emotional eater and food addict. I was diagnosed with this, and I take medication to help me. But it's not gonna help you if an insane life change happens, and that's kind of what happened to me. So I guess we should go ahead and kind of get started here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this Suva palette. I may not use the black, so I'm going to go ahead and go into the Suva palette and go into Cloud 9 and Hallucinate, because I think what I want to do is use all these UV glows. I know they're not, I don't have a black light, so you won't be able to see it, but I kind of want to do it. And then maybe one of these days I'll use the UV glow and actually put a black light to it and put that on my Instagram. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, guys. All right. So let me stop avoiding the subject. What had happened was my mother, my beautiful mother, we've had our differences. I'm sure everybody has had their differences with their mom before. But she had cancer let me go back to the beginning first. She, back in, I want to say 2008, she was diagnosed with leukemia. And then in 2009, she got a bone marrow transplant. So in order to get the transplant, she had to have full body radiation. And then, of course, go through chemo and all of that. And she went into remission. And then, of course, they don't say you're cancer-free or, like, cured until you go 9 or 10 years after you've had the cancer. But she went pretty long. Let's see, that was 2009. And then in 2018, 9 years later, okay, guys, I'm gonna teach y'all, or gonna talk to y'all about something like really quick. If you feel like something is wrong, like really wrong, go to the doctor, please. Please go to the doctor. My mom, she was kind of having trouble swallowing, and this was it 4 years ago? 17, okay. 2017. She was having issues swallowing. She wouldn't go to the doctor. Like, not. I don't know why. I mean, maybe she was afraid. I don't know. But she didn't go. And finally, it just got too much for her because she was having trouble eating. So she went to the doctor. And then they had to go run some tests. And they found out that she had thyroid cancer. Thyroid cancer was caused by the full body radiation that she had for her leukemia. However, thyroid cancer is like one of the most cured cancers. It's like the easiest cancer. But by the time that she got it, by the time that they caught it, she was in stage 4. Now, we thought she was going to be okay because the doctor was like, yeah, well, you know, we'll be able to, you're going to be okay. It's the most curable, and don't worry about it. Everything's going to be fine. So, you know, we kind of went on our business. Of course, we were always staying on top of her appointments, wanting to make sure that she went, was talking to the doctor about, you know, how everything was going. And it was always really good news. It was always really, really good news. But March? No, it was before March. She went to the doctor and found out that it had metastasized to her, traveled to her brain, her spleen, and her spine, which meant that she didn't have much longer. But the doctor still had, you know, high hopes. They were still hopeful. So they were still treating her, and she hated the treatments, of course, because I mean, if you went through all of that for leukemia and now you're going through all of this for thyroid cancer, I mean, it's just miserable. But she was doing her treatments at home. It wasn't in the hospital like her leukemia was, so it was a little bit better for her. Well, we were going to cancel our trip because we had made a decision to do a road trip with my family to North Carolina to go visit my best friend Heather, and we were going to cancel the trip. And my mom was like, "No, don't do that for me. Don't do that for me. I'm going to be really mad if you do." So we did end up doing the trip. So we got back and not then the whole COVID thing started. The whole COVID thing started. So of course, you know what's been going on with that. So the kids were now staying home from school, and then I got a call from my sister. It said, you know, mom's going to the hospital. It's not good. This was probably end of March. Yeah, towards the end of March. It was like a few weeks after we got home. So it was towards the end of March. And I went to visit her in the hospital several times. We kind of took turns visiting her because she could only have one person in the room at a time because of COVID. And luckily they actually let us in the room, but she was only allowed one person in the room at a time. And so we were taking shifts. My dad was the one that was staying with her at night. And then they had a talk with her. They said, we can do radiation treatments again. But the medication that we were using for this, that was working and that is meant for this cancer, stopped working, because it was working for a while, but then it stopped working. And she was like, no, I don't want to do radiation. Well, they sat there and they tried to make her make the decision to do radiation, and she finally was just like, I'm not doing it. You know, I don't want to constantly do this and do this and do this and it not work and get disappointed again. And she goes, I'm just done. I'm done. And so we decided that she was gonna be at my sister's house, who lives like, I want to say 5-10 minutes from me. And she was doing in-home nursing care. It wasn't hospice yet. It was just nursing care. And so everything was over there, and I had to learn a bunch of stuff. My other sister is a nurse, so she was able to teach us a lot. She's a pediatric ICU nurse. So yeah, she was able to teach us a lot and what we needed to do while she wasn't there, because she's still working. She's an essential worker, so she was still working. And sorry, this is taking a while. I'm trying really hard not to get emotional. So, you know, things seem to be going really well. This was April. We talked to her. We talked to her doctor. They were visiting her regularly, doing therapy. She loved her nurse. And one day her doctor called and was like, we really need to talk to you, but we need to talk to you with your daughters. And Mom was like, okay. And at this point, it was really hard for my mom to talk, because it grew so large, so it was really hard for her to talk. She was getting to the point where she was writing to us, or like talking really, really slow. And she was getting hard to understand, and she was getting frustrated. And I understand that, you know, it sucks when you're trying to talk to somebody and they're really not understanding you. But we got her a little computer, a little tablet to write on, and a bell, so if she needed us, she can call us. So we were pretty much on round 24/7. But the doctor was like, okay, this is what we can do. She's like, I can tell you we can do this, we can do this, we can do this, but I can also tell you that it's not going to work. And the doctors in the hospital had said if she didn't get the radiation and all that, she'd last about 6 months. Okay. And so my mom was like, no, I don't want any more care. She goes, I want to do hospice. And when that happened, I was just like, we were just like, okay. So they put her on hospice care instead of, at home therapy. So she was doing in-home hospice. From then on, everything went downhill. Like it just like overnight. And I'm thinking that she was like, she had made the decision that she was just gonna let go. Because right after that call, it was like not even a few, not even like a few, not weeks, but days, and she started getting like really, really bad. And it was just me and my two sisters. We were all taking care of her, making sure that she was comfortable, making sure that she had everything that she needed. I stayed there around the clock. And then we had her birthday party. It was the week before. Yeah, it was April 24th. So, and then, we celebrated it, and we were sitting there talking with her. My sister was reading the Bible to her, and we were sitting there talking to her, because my mom was very religious. We were sitting there talking to her. She had told us, we were like, what would you like for Mother's Day and all of this? And she said, I'm not going to make it to Mother's Day. So we had decided to go ahead and celebrate Mother's Day the weekend before Mother's Day, the Sunday before Mother's Day, so she could have a good Mother's Day. And, because when somebody says, I'm not going to make it till then, you listen, okay? So that weekend we celebrated Mother's Day, tried to make it as happy and upbeat as possible, and we at that time we weren't getting any sleep because she was up. My mom refused. She just, because, okay, y'all know what happens when somebody's dying. They start losing control of bowels, and they can't get up, because she was having such a hard time walking. But she refused. So we were always constantly taking her to the bathroom, and we didn't get any sleep. And finally we had made the decision to have a night nurse there to just be with her while we get some rest. And so the first night that the night nurse was there, which was, I think, the 30th, April 30th, going into the 1st. And we were finally able to get sleep. My sister woke me up in the morning, not in the morning, but woke me up in the middle of the night, or like really early. I think it was like midnight or 2 o'clock or something. Anyway, and she goes, Maria, she's close. And I was like, okay. So I got up and we all surrounded her. And we slowly watched her pass away. That was probably the hardest thing that I'd ever had to watch. Ever had to watch. And it was not fun. It was crazy. I never want to do it again. But yeah, on April 30th she passed away, and then we buried her that weekend. That, I think, Saturday. Was it Saturday or Friday? I don't remember. The days kind of meshed together. So, but she passed, and we had her funeral. Not a lot of people came, of course, because of COVID, but this was when they started opening Texas back up. So it was just, that really is the one thing that really hit me hard, because after that, shortly after that, we had the Black Lives Matter movement. Anyway, so basically, everything just went crazy. I mean, with COVID, sorry, I had to restart this before I get to talking and then forget that it closes off in 30 minutes. So yeah, between COVID and all the Black Lives Matter and everything, just, drama in the beauty community, just everything going on, this year's been crazy, but that was the main thing that had happened that kind of derailed everything. I stopped uploading videos. I stopped recording. Like, a lot of the videos that I had when I started being more consistent again, I had pre-recorded like all of those. But on a happier note, my best friend and I have a podcast, and we're very consistent on there too, and it's called Lifestyle Unfiltered. You can find us on Spotify. I have a link below. I always have a link below in my description box, but we talk about various things. I think I'm going to use one of these toppers. I think I'm going to use Mojito and see how that looks. Sorry. So yeah, we pretty much talk about everything, anything and everything. We talk about it. So, do I want green, or do I want to maybe do a blue? Let's do a blue. But then do I want? Yeah, we'll do a lighter blue. Okay. So yeah, we talk about various things, mainly lifestyle, but things that we go through. We have several episodes on relationships. The one coming out with this video that I'm posting is about getting started on a weight loss journey. So basically, whatever we're going through, we talk about. We've talked about Black Lives Matter. We've talked about abusive relationships, because those that don't know, I did get out of an abusive marriage before this last marriage. And so we talk about that. We talk about, I think I said Black Lives Matter, just everything in general. We try to talk about as much as we can. It's Lifestyle Unfiltered, so it does have language in it. I can't exactly be held accountable for my my best friend's language. She does have a mouth on her, but I love her to death. So yeah, we have the podcast, and then of course I started being a lot more consistent on here, which I love. My channel's growing, my Instagram is growing. I've made a lot of new friends, which is great. So things are going really good, and I'm finally to the point where I need to start focusing on losing weight again. And if you do listen to the video, then you'll know this little tidbit. But I did probably, I want to say 5 years ago, I did get a certification. I was a certified personal trainer. There we go. And I went to school and studied specifically so I can learn the ins and outs, what works on basically losing weight and exercise science, putting routines together. I thought that maybe if I understood everything that goes along with that, that I was more likely to, that it would be more, that it would be easier for me to then go on a weight loss journey. Newsflash, it doesn't. Because I knew what I was supposed to do, but I didn't do it because I still had that diet mentality. So yeah, that's pretty much what the podcast is about, us talking about all of that and what we're going to do and how we're going to lose the weight. But I am going to go on a weight loss journey again, and if y'all want, I can do videos and do update videos like I was before. I don't know if I'm going to do vlogs because that's just, I'm not good at that, and my life is boring. Okay, I have a boring life. So I'm not going to do vlogs, but I can come on here and talk about my weight loss and do videos like I was before, and do before and afters and all of that. And that way you can see how I'm doing on my journey. I can talk about what I'm doing, what I eat in a day, things like that. But I'm not going to be on a diet. That's the thing. I'm cleaning up my diet, but I'm not going to be on a restrictive diet, because I am an emotional eater and a food addict, and restricting is a big no-no. So having foods that are off limits and things like that, that's a big no-no if you study food addiction and emotional eating, especially food addiction, because then you'll end up binging on the foods that you're not supposed to eat. And if you allow yourself in moderation, if you allow yourself, then you're most likely not going to have any issues. And I've learned over the past month that actually works. Because I've been eating whatever I want, and I've been doing intuitive eating. So I've been eating whatever I want. I've just been listening to my body. Okay, I've just been listening to my body as to when I'm full, when I've had enough. I've really been paying attention instead of sitting in my mind going, I'm going to eat everything because I can. So, and it's worked. I haven't been exercising, but I've lost weight, and that's good. So now it's just time for me to start getting back into exercising. It's kind of funny because I've never had an issue with exercising, but when I stop exercising, I really stop exercising. I haven't been to the gym in 5 months. So it was right before COVID, right before my trip in March. So it's been a long time. Yeah, it's been a while. And so I went with my sister today. Luckily the gyms are open. Too many people in the gyms for my comfort, okay? I think they're supposed to be limiting them. There was way too many people there. So I don't know if I'm going to go again or just start exercising around the house or find videos or something, because there's a lot of good workout videos on YouTube. So I think I may do that. I don't know. Really like this glitter. I believe this is still available. This is in their summer collection. Not collection, their summer bundle. They say they're going to regularly do bundles, and this is from the summer bundle. It's called Grapey. So it's like an iridescent purple, but it is gorgeous. Okay, sorry. Enough of that. Sorry. It's just my day. Okay. So, where was I? Oh yeah, weight loss. So I don't know. There are a lot of videos on YouTube that I can try and do and whatnot, but I haven't made the decision on what I'm going to do. But I do know that there are way too many people in the gym. Way too many people in the gym without masks. And I know it's kind of hard to work out without masks, but if there was less people in the gym, it wouldn't matter. But when I went, the entire row of, and I go to a Anytime Fitness, so it's smaller. And when I went, all of the cardio machines were taken up except for 2, which are the cardio ones that because I just did cardio. If you know me, I'm a not if you know me. I tend to like weightlifting more, but I want to ease into it because it has been a long time since I've worked out. So there was only like 2 of the cardio machines there, and I'm not a huge fan of this look, but we'll deal with it. Maybe it'll look better when I put makeup on, or put the rest of my face on. So yeah, but another thing is I work out with my sister, so, and that helps me like a lot, especially, you know, to have somebody to work out with helps me a lot, because I like to make excuses. Even though I love working out, because I do love working out, I like to make excuses, because some days I'm just like, oh, I don't want to do it. You know, especially when I'm hurting, and in the beginning it's more important to have somebody to work out with me, because I'm always sore, and when I'm sore I don't want to work out. Even though I know that working out will get rid of the soreness, it doesn't matter. I can have all this knowledge in the world, and still I would not I would not work out. It's just the way that things are. I don't know how much I like this palette. I think this palette would be better paired with a different palette, because I'm not liking the way this is turning out. I don't know why, I'm just not. We'll see. Okay, anyway, what else is going on? Oh, we got a new dog. I don't know if I don't show her very often on my Instagram. I show her more on Facebook, and Facebook is more for family. So I'm sure you haven't seen her, but I will put a cute little picture up, one of these sides, so you can see her. She's a Great Dane. Her name is Paisley, and she is the light of my life. Yes, I have kids, and they are the light of my life too, but she really helped me get through the pain of my mom. And it's crazy, because she was supposed to be my husband's dog, and to this day he won't let me live it down, saying that I stole his dog. But when she was a puppy, everything was going on with my mom when she was a puppy, and so I was staying he was working, and I was staying at my sister's house. And so he's like, I don't want her staying in the house alone all day. Anyway, he was like, I don't want her staying in the house alone all day. And this is how I wet my sponge, okay? Don't judge. So yeah, we're gonna use the Pretty Fresh. I'm gonna do the Use Your Hue or whatever foundation later. Oh wait, I kind of need primer. I have bad allergies. It's not even funny. Okay. Where was I? Oh yeah. So I took her with me. I would take her with me to my sister's house because my husband didn't want her, when she was a puppy, didn't want her locked up for that long. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll take her with me. So I took her with me and we bonded. Like really, really bonded. Like she goes with me everywhere and she refuses to get on my husband's lap, yet she thinks that she's a lap dog. All Great Danes do. So yeah. And he's constantly telling me that I stole his dog, and I didn't steal his dog. She just latched on to me. I don't know what to say. The dogs pick their owners, so. And this is just, I combined the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer with the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer because I really like this combination together. So yeah, let's just say that. Ever since then, she sleeps with me, practically on top of me. This is a liquidy foundation. Oh, it's a pretty good color match too. Not bad. I don't do color matches online. I never do very good, but I think I've finally learned what my match is. Now, the Dose of Colors foundation may be a not a very great match because I'm a medium neutral. That's what my skin tone is, but on their chart I'm a light medium. So I think I got the right foundation. I'm not sure I got the right concealer. It is what it is. So anyway, so yeah, I'm sorry, this video is like all over the place, but I just wanted to make sure I covered everything. So yeah, she pretty much follows me everywhere. She's my little baby. I've been training her. She listens to me for the most part. So things are going pretty good in our home front. What about you guys? What's been going on with you? I really want to know. I don't get much human interaction here. I visit my sister, and pretty much my sister. I think we've all been doing that because we're social distancing, but I don't get out much. And I like talking to my online friends. So how have you been? What are you up to? All right, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and finish the contour and all that off camera because I don't want this to be like a very, very long video because I'm talking really slowly because I'm doing my makeup. So I will be right back. Okay, I am back. Oh, okay, yeah, no, I didn't do the lower lash line purposefully because I want to do it here. So I think what I want to do is I want to take another one of these summer colors. Let's see, apple sour, because there's green. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take another one of these summer colors. Yes, I am like, that is how I'm like. I'm very, very clumsy. I drop things, I break things, but at least I admit it. Okay, and then I think I'm gonna take this After Hours, which is like the light blue, and just kind of blot out. I, for the life of me, don't remember what we were talking about. I know we went through, I think we talked about pretty much everything that's going on. I don't have much of a life, so I just love makeup. I love colorful makeup, so yeah. Alright, okay. And then I'm going to take this sour apple. Hopefully it does well. And it goes with this look. Should I do a black eyeliner? Or blue? So I've got this blue. We're gonna do this blue. I'm gonna do this off camera because all right, now that my lower lash line is done, I usually put like a highlight in my inner corner, and I'm gonna do that today, but I'm gonna use glitter. So I'm gonna use this razor liner in Keep the Change, because these liners are very, very versatile. They do have a weird little applicator, but I haven't had any problems with it. Like if I want to use this for the inner corner, I just take some of it off like that with my brush. This is the brush I use for my inner corner, and then I just kind of swap it, and then I just wipe it off. So I'm very glittery today, but when am I never? So I guess what we need now is highlight and then lipstick. So I'm gonna use this Stila highlight. It's Heaven to You highlight in Kitten. I just got this. And then I'll go back in and kind of soften it up, because I have decided I do like, you know, the softer edges. I love blinding highlights, and I will always have a blinding highlight, but I kind of like the softer edges from kind of going over it again with the softer brush. And blend it in to the skin. Let's see, it's a little more blended, but it's not blind. It doesn't take a lot of the blindiness away. All right, so lip color. I was wanting to use a dark and vampy lip color, but I don't know if I should. You know me and dark and vampy, because that's more red. I do have a purple one. I'm gonna use one of these toppers because they're very glittery. I've got a few shades. I've got them in a lip foil from Lottie London, and then a holographic lip topper from Berry M. But I've got several colors, so I figured I can use one of these on top of it. So we're gonna do, it's kind of a grapey color. This is called Bordeaux, and it goes a little more with this. So I had a plumping gloss on. So now I'm just gonna take Sugar Scrub. This is in the I Love City Ian ColourPop in Mamacita. I really love their lip liners. I want to get their bundle, but they're always sold out. Let's put this on. That is definitely vampy. I think this is almost like the 505. Okay, yeah, this is like the Makeup Forever 505 lip color. I really like it. And then, what do you think? These are more of like a gloss. They're very sticky. These are more of like a topper, like it dries down. But this has more glitter in it than this does. So let me see. Let me show you the two colors I'm thinking about trying. This is in the color, I don't know, Dropout. Okay, so see what I mean? Let me lower the light a little bit. Okay, see, one has like more glitter than the other. I'm thinking I may want to, just to tone it down a little bit, I may want to go ahead and do the Lonnie London one. Yeah, I'm gonna try that one, and then I'll try the Berry M one later. All right, let's do this one. Let's see how I like it. That is very interesting. It's very drying too. Like Ofra's lipstick is not drying. It's far from drying. And the topper is a little more drying. But I like the way that it turned out. I'm sure I'll get some comments about me liking so much weird stuff, but who freaking cares? It's my own life. All right, so this is the finished look. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really wanted to get a lot of that stuff out and just wanted to be honest with you and tell you what has been going on and give you an update on things that are coming in the future. So I'm excited. My subscriber count is growing. More people are watching, and yeah, thank you. I'm quite blessed, and I just love talking about makeup and putting it on and trying new things. And I didn't want to do anything too involved in this video because I wanted it to be less than a couple hours, but you know, it is what it is. So if you liked this video, hit the thumbs up. If you want to see more like this, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.